Hello, as cloud architects, one of our main challenges when it comes to building and managing cloud infrastructures is to make sure that they are secure and efficient. That's why in today's video, I would like to work with you on this infrastructure, the Azure Sentinel, that you can see here with the design and the Terraform code. So in this video, we will look at how you can use it, how you can invite all your team members to join your organization, and how you can, for example, design your own CI/CD workflow and include tasks like infracost for cost optimization and TFSec for security optimization. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is to go to templates and then look for this infrastructure. So here is the Azure Sentinel architecture that we want to use. To use it is very easy. You simply need to clone the template into a new architecture. And as you can see, you can find it here with the design and the Terraform code. One thing that we're going to do as well is I'm going to show you how you can invite all your team members to join your organization, create different teams, and create different projects. So here, go to members, and then you specify their email address, their roles, either owner, admin, member, or guest. Once you have done it, then you can create different teams. Here on Brainboard, you can create, for example, teams like us, Cloud Architects, Guest, DevOps. It's you who choose the name of the project that you want. And then here you include who are the admin, include who will be the members. Once you have done it, you can create different projects. For example, at Brainboard, we have created the project Brain Cloud Architectures, Use Cases, and Cloud Strategies. So for each project, you have the name of the project, the teams, the environment, and the creation time. Here, you simply need to choose the name, who will be the teams, and then what will be the environment that you would like to create. Once you have done it, you can go back to the design, and here you open what we call the architecture selector. Here you have different projects from Brainboard trainings to use cases. In each project, you have different environment, for example, here from dev to staging. And then in each environment, you have different architectures. And today, we work on the Azure Sentinel architecture, this one. So here, we are going to modify the name. Here you have the status of the architecture from work in progress to locked. You can add a description and your tags. Then here we do the update. Now, if we look closer at this infrastructure, you can see that, for example, we have used resources like Log Analytics Workspace, this one, Sentinel Alert Rule MS Security Incident, and the Log Analytics solution. So here, you can find these resources. So Log Analytics Workspace, for example, this one, and Log Analytics solution. Let's say, for example, that you would like to use the Log Analytics here. Then as you can see, there is the ID card that you can use. So here you can use it to configure your resource, require parameter. Then here, advanced configuration, meta arguments of Terraform with the count that depends on it for each. Again, everything that you do on the design will be automatically reflected on your code. So here, I didn't need to write a single line of Terraform code. It has been written for me. Here, for example, let's say that I would like a name, default. I close the ID count, and as you can see, I have the name here. So I didn't need to take care of the Terraform code. I have everything here written for me with the best practices of HCL. So here I can delete it. And then every time I select one resource, for example, in the design, it will show me the Terraform code. It will also show me how we have configured this resource, as I've showed you, by using the ID card here. So now we can close it. Here are all the resources that you can use to either add new resources or modify this design. You just need to drag and drop them here. I can help you do that as well. Now, you have the main.tf, you have the networking.tf here. So here, basically, you find all your Terraform files. Here, you have the providers. If you want to modify the provider, you simply need to go here, select the cloud provider, then write your custom Terraform provider. You want to customize it, and then you can customize it the way you want. So now it's done. Here we have the providers. We have the variables here. So the variables, you can find them here in input. So here you can create variables either at the organization level, project, environment, architectures. For example, here for the address space, you have the name, you have the scope, you have the type, here is a string, and then you either choose a value, type a value, or a default, and then you can add the description as well. And here you have the locals. This is what I showed you as well here in the input. You can find your locals. I would advise you to use the variables. And then here you have as well the remote backend. So let's go to show you how you can set it up. So here you go to data, and here you set it up at the organization level. So you can either choose AWS S3, Azure Blob Storage, Terraform Cloud, or Brainboard Backend. So here, for example, at Brainboard, we are using AWS S3. So here now, we can go, for example, to cloud providers. As you can see, Brainboard is also a multi-cloud solution. Today, we are focused on Azure. Here, you simply need to specify the name, the RM subscription ID, client ID, tenant ID, and client secret, and I can help you do that as well. So now that you have done it, then here you set up your credentials, GitHubs, then you can use as well GitHub. For example, if you need to do pull requests, I will show you how to do that. And here, personal Git tokens with Azure DevOps, Bitbucket, and GitLab. Here, when it comes to creating pull request, simply need to create pull request here. You choose one of them. Then you choose, for example, here, the project that you want. You specify a description, and then you can create the pull request that you want here. So now that we worked on that, what we're going to do is that we go to the deployment. Here, you have two parts. The first one is, let's say, one action. You want to do a Terraform command. You can do either Terraform validate, the plan, the apply, or the destroy. But let's say that you would like to create your own CI/CD workflow on Brainboard. It's feasible, you can do that here. CI/CD designer, then here, start by adding a task. Here, you simply need, for example, to do a Terraform, let's say, validate. Here, you specify the name. Then here, you do Terraform plan. Again, specifying the name here. Now, you want to check the cost of this infrastructure before the deployment. So infra cost, here cost estimation, here API key, then here you close it. Here you can either use, for example, if you want to notify one of your team members either on Slack or email, here for example, notify FinOps team, or the person that is in charge of making sure that the budget is respected. Here, for example, you want to send an email to, let's say, one of your team members. For example, it could be Ben at brainboard.co. Then here, message, please check the cost of this infrastructure. And now, for example, you won't like to use TFSec. So TFSec is a static analysis of your Terraform code to detect any potential vulnerabilities. So here it will be security check. Then now you want to add another person. Let's say, for example, you want to add, for example, here, notify security team. Here you can add, for example, Jeremy at brainboard.co. Here you add, please check the security requirements for this infrastructure. You close it. Now let's say that you would like to add the Terraform commands that applies, so you can provision your infrastructure directly from Brainboard. Terraform apply. And here you can do, for example, here require approval, and then you can choose, for example, let's say Stefan at brainboard.io, and then you close it. Now you have designed it, then you save the workflow and you run the pipeline. So here you will have the output, the success, the configuration is actually valid. Then here the Terraform plan, the task is running. So here plan, the output is 6 resources to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. Here cost estimation with infra cost. So here you will see the overall total cost is 0. You have the name, the monthly quantity unit, and monthly cost. Here the email has been sent. Now TFSec, no problem detected. And then here Stefan will go to Brainboard and run this task and will provision directly this infrastructure from Brainboard. So you can see here the status, the ID, the pipeline, and the initiator. Now you can also convert this workflow into templates. Once you have done it, you can find all your templates here. And let's say now that you would like to use a template that one of your team members has already created on Brainboard. So here, you find it with the plan, the OPA, the infra cost as well, Slack, and then the webhook. So here in this video, I showed you basically how to use this infrastructure, the main and all the Terraform files here, the templates that you can use, and then as well as the CI/CD. And you can find the description on how to use the Azure Sentinel architecture in the description below the video. I hope it has been useful, and if you have any questions, I will be happy to help you build your own use case on Brainboard. Have a great day.